It's a historic day in Los Angeles, the first ever gymnastics meet on Fox. Michigan State and UCLA have earned the country's attention. The Big Ten champions last year, the Spartans, the Bruins, the 7-time national champion. We're so glad you're with us with the Olympian Sam Peshek. I'm Connor Onion. Now, this is a watershed moment for this sport, the first ever meet on Fox, and we couldn't be more excited to be here.
I mean, it's exciting because that means the awareness of college gymnastics is growing, and if you've been following the sport, you know that the level of excellence is also growing. But today we have two top 10 teams competing. They're equally matched. UCLA has a rich history, and Michigan State is still wanting to make a name for themselves, but they're in the right direction. Today is going to be a good opportunity for them to prove just how they match up to the top teams in the country.
UCLA has all the history, their alumni here today, and for Michigan State, they were excellent on the vault last week on their way to a 2-0 start in the Big Ten.
Yeah, that's really going to be their secret weapon. How many sticks can they get on that event? UCLA, on the other hand, is known as a floor team. That's why they're ranked number 2 in the country, but both teams can afford to improve on beam.
Well, Jordan Childs back from the Olympics, the gold medal with Team USA in Paris, and Gabby Stephen, the captain of this Michigan State squad. Emily Lee on vault for UCLA.
She has been known to stick that Yurchenko full. That's starting from a 9.95 start value, so assuming she got a perfect score, that's the highest that she can go on that event.
She had her best vault of the season last week, went 9-9, and has improved her score and ranking each week for UCLA. So this is how the meet will work. It's Michigan State, the visitors, on the bars first, while UCLA starts on the vault, and it's all building toward the end of the meet with the floor party. That's going to be the most intriguing matchup in this meet. Floor and floor for both teams very strong. Gabby Stephen leads it off on bars for Michigan State. Spartans 6th in the country out of 84 teams on the bars.
She's one of their senior leaders, and you're going to see her competing on all 4 events, but really strong leadoff athlete for Michigan State on bars. She came into college and told the coaches that she actually hated this event. And now she's the leadoff, so coaches say they could not be more proud of how she's tackled this event in particular.
So Stephen the first up. We saw Emily Lee first for UCLA on the vault. Now Riley Jenkins, who Sam is in the vault lineup for the first time in her career today.
Yeah, very special moment for her to get this opportunity to compete at home. I saw warm-ups and she drilled a Yurchenko 1.5. Completely stuck it cold. She's hoping that shows up again here today. Round off onto the board, back handspring onto the table. 1.5 twist. Landed with a little bit of straight knees. You want straight legs in gymnastics, but when you go to land, you need to absorb the mat, meaning you need to have bent knees.
A dream come true for Riley Jenkins. Grew up 15 miles from Poly Pavilion. Welcome to Poly Pavilion for a historic day of gymnastics, the first ever meet on Fox with Olympian Sam Peshek, Connor Onion. Janae Honest with us also, 2018 national champion. Into this first rotation with Michigan State, the number 5 team of the country, on bars against number 6, UCLA. This is Olivia Zarmani back in the lineup on bars this week.
Yeah, didn't compete last weekend because she was battling some illness, so they are really excited to have her back. She has such dynamic gymnastics on all of the events. That's called an in-bar ginger release move, really difficult to do. Setting up double layout dismount. A little hop on the landing, but overall very controlled. Judges are looking for that.
Gabby Stephen and Olivia Zarmani, the first 2 up on bars for Michigan State. number 6 UCLA. 7-time national champions. Trying to get back to where they're used to being, on the road to nationals this year, for missing out a season ago. This is Brooklyn Moores following up Emily Lee and Riley Jenkins on the vault for UCLA.
She's going to be doing a 10-0 start value vault. Front pipe half. Too much juice, had to take a step backwards.
If you just joined us, this is how the meet goes. 6 athletes on each event. 5 scores count, so you do get to drop 1 score. The bars and vault lead us off while leading up to the floor for UCLA. One of the most electrifying moments in the sport. Sam, here's what you're watching on the bars for Michigan State.
Those handstand positions, you want to see vertical. Judges do have a 10-degree window before they can deduct. Release moves, those height, amplitude, and of course, a stuck landing on the end.
So that's something to watch with Amy Doyle, the freshman from Arkansas for Michigan State.
Coaches have been so impressed with this athlete, just a freshman, and has been so productive in their lineups, especially right here on the uneven bars. Great handstand position. She has such clean gymnastics. Her legs are glued together. Good rhythm throughout this routine. This is looking really nice. Can she get the stick? Just a hop forward. Coming back up to the high bar here. Everything she did throughout the routine was flawless, but it was just this dismount. That's called a giant full on top of the bar, double back, couldn't quite hang on to the stick at the end there.
Well, that's a moment that Mike Rowe has talked to Amy Doyle about. He had a heart-to-heart with her this week and said, you gotta be easier on yourself, honey. She's such a perfectionist. Here's Shea Campbell for UCLA on the vault.
This is one of the best Yurchenko folds in all of NCAA gymnastics, and it's because she can stick it like that every single time. Last week she scored a 9.925, nearly perfect. And what makes it so good is her arms are straight on the table, her hips stay flat in the twist, and she just pulls it up really nicely. Look how high she gets off the table. It's always good when your teammates are impressed by what you're doing too.
Brooklyn Moores was looking on after her 9.8 on the vault. You mentioned it, Shea Campbell, back-to-back first-place finishes on the vault. Interested to see how that score comes in. There's Nikki Smith, one of the leading gymnasts for Michigan State.
Last week, Michigan State didn't have any scores in the 9.9 range. They were disappointed that they were playing it safe. I'm seeing these athletes be a bit more aggressive, which is what head coach Mike Rowe is looking for. Good save on that handstand position. They need to get those stuck landings. To me, it's showing a little bit of nerves. I saw them stick those holding warm-ups. Sometimes when you're nervous, you are jumpy on the landing.
Biggest audience that this Michigan State team has had in program history today. Let's introduce you to Janae Anna's 2018 national champion with us today.
Yes, so Jordan Childs is next on the vault, and she actually wasn't feeling well yesterday. She did not go to practice, so I've been watching. She's very in her zone and really wanting to show up for her team, so let's see how she does on vault.
Janae, so you're telling me it's a Jordan flu game, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
The flu meet for Jordan Childs. She's up on vault right now, the 2-time Olympic medalist for Team USA.
She's so good at finding this landing. A lot of height and a stuck landing there. It's rinse and repeat for Jordan Childs again on vault. working on straightening those legs when she hits the table. But man, what she does well, look at, she bends her knees a bit early there, but what she does phenomenally well is finding that landing every time, minimizing deductions all around.
Well, that's led her, Sam, to the top of the podium twice already this season. 9-9 on opening weekend. Last weekend a 9-9-2-5, her season best. Sage Kellerman at the Florida quad meet a few weeks ago went 9-9-2-5 on the bars.
What you're going to notice with Sage on bars is how nice her lines are. Really good handstand positions. Here's a Jaeger release move, nicely done. It's looking good on the bar. So that means it's all up to this dismount again. Michigan State needs to start finding these landings. She gets the job done.
And searching for that first 9-9 in a couple of weeks on the bars, Michigan State.
This was a highlight and exactly what Michigan State needed. She's doing a double layout, which is 2 flips in a straight body position. See how she bends her knees, keeps them bent. That means she absorbed the landing. It helps her stick.
What Mike Rowe was looking for after that Ohio State meet. Uncharacteristic struggles for Michigan State a week ago. Here's Macy McGowan, freshman from Seattle for UCLA.
She's got a dynamic Yurchenko 1.5. It's so clean in the air, but she hasn't hit the landing in competition yet. Really controlled landing, which is what the judges are looking for. Not quite hitting the stick yet, though.
So McGowan, the anchor, following up the 9-9-2-5 that came in for Childs. Right before McGowan, Childs matched her season best on the vault. Final routine of this opening rotation for Michigan State on the bars with Delaney Harkness. A record-setting gymnast. In a record-setting era, this is the golden era of Michigan State gymnastics.
Already a slight improvement from last weekend, but they could really use Delaney's score here. She has high scoring potential, but the key for her is going to be that stuck landing on the end.
The lowest score right now, a 9-7. That would be the one that's dropped for Michigan State.
Good handstand positions. That's called a Ginger release move. Back up to the top. So she's not going to think about the stick. She wants good body position when she comes off the bar. And she hangs onto it. That'll be a slight deduction for the tip of her chest, but they were looking for another stud landing to gain some momentum here on the first event.
Look at that new bar dismount she's been working so hard on in the offseason. Delaney Harkness, the final one up for Michigan State in rotation 1. Well, if you're new to the sport of gymnastics, welcome. Glad to have you here. The first ever meet on Fox. Some of the best athletes in the world, nationally contending teams, and it's going to be a joy. Rotation 2 is coming up next from Pauley Pavilion.